Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Jasmine Cooper here posting this. The XRP ledger is about to change the game. Tokenized gold and silver coming in Q3 2024. So many are going to miss out on this monumental shift. Now, we talked about this a little bit last week. Meld Gold has established a partnership with Ripple. We're going to see the tokenization of a lot of things on the XRP ledger, but precious metals are a big one. They are a store of value. They are, currency, global currency. But the problem with physical metals, the gold and silver, they're too large and clunky to actually physically transfer. So what's the next best thing, right? Tokenizing it on a ledger so that you can redeem, any kind of digital currency, digital asset for an actual ounce or bar of gold, whatever the measurement is. This is the future, guys. This is how we're going to see a lot of this gold being transacted. And so, the physical movement of, not just precious metals, but so many other things. This is the future. We're not actually going to witness the actual movement of assets anymore. They're going to switch hands digitally, and the technology is going to be based on DLT technology, an example being the XRP ledger. So someone was also asking me about Jasmine Cooper not being a Ripple employee. If you guys hover here over her name, it looks as though she removed Ripple here from her Twitter profile, from her X platform profile. So someone in the comments section the other day was asking, is she even a Ripple employee anymore? If you guys didn't catch the video I did on Jasmine Cooper's prediction, why XRP is not $20 yet, I will link that video up here. The fact of the matter is, I guess she removed it. I have no idea why. Over here on our LinkedIn, it says product at Ripple. Maybe she's just not that great at updating her social media, but it does say product at Ripple here. You guys can see when I scroll down, lead product manager at Ripple since May 2021 till present. So I'm just going on what I'm seeing online here. But back to the point, the XRP ledger building more interaction and interoperability is obviously going to build more demand eventually for the XRP cryptocurrency. XRP Drops here also posting this. Ripple Payments and Ripple Custody is a game-changing technology. Here's another little clip from a promo video. Listen to this.
Now, we're also offering a world-class institutional-grade custody solution for digital assets. Ripple's payments and custody solutions deliver game-changing technology.
By getting into the custody space, Ripple has definitely made a choice. They're saying, okay, we're not just sticking with one type of thing that we do. We're going to branch out, and we're really going to start integrating everything that we see valuable on the XRP ledger. Well, maybe not every single thing, but they are really working very, very hard to promote, to integrate more development on the XRP ledger, to promote more demand for XRP, because XRP has to be liquid in order for it to really be useful, and especially be useful at scale. So wanted to thank XRP Drops for posting that. Emi Yoshikawa is also bringing us some news, guys, coming out of Japan. Japan's SBI Holdings has started minting the new World Expo 2025 NFTs on the XRP ledger. So check this out. Here's the notice translated from Japanese. We are pleased to announce that we have started this service starting on July the 1st, which is today. In addition to participating in various events and campaigns of the Expo, we will provide the original NFT 2 of the Expo to all users according to the status increase. And then down here it says Maya-kun is one of the services of the Expo 25 digital wallet, which is the service. Users will transition from Expo 25 digital wallet, come to Maya-kun. You will earn and browse through the participation in the real and virtual expo. You can have high-value NFT acquisition and a priceless experience such as an NFT creation experience. So developing these NFTs also on the XRP ledger. Of course, this is translated from Japanese, so pardon the translation here. It goes on to say, in addition, the acquired NFT is a souvenir for each user and is a specification that cannot be transferred and resold. And even if you touch the NFT for the first time, you can use it with confidence, whatever that means. Okay, so here we go, guys. SBI Holdings now minting NFTs on the XRP ledger for World Expo 2025 specifically. Another use case, albeit a small one, but it still just promotes XRP utility, driving more demand for the XRP ledger. So wanted to thank Emi Yoshikawa for posting that. Guys, Anthony Welfare here coming out, being very appreciative and humbled for having the opportunity, the privilege to be able to work at Ripple. An awesome 3 years nearly I have had at Ripple, driving the CBDC and stablecoin world and adding significant value to the XRPL ecosystem. Back in the summer of 2021, I decided to join the XRPL world to help develop CBDCs and stablecoins. Thanks to the team, he says here, for the amazing work over the last few years. I have had many highlights over the years, and then he lists some as those. The XRP is not a security verdict was one of the largest ones too. He says here, of course, the second photo had to be celebrating with Mr. XRP himself in Ripple style at the company 10-year anniversary. So he does have some photos here. Anthony Welfare with Brad Garlinghouse in the first one, and then Anthony Welfare with David Schwartz. Quick shout out over here. He does also talk about Xology, which I did talk about in this morning's video. Pierce's Technology, another company here working on the XRP ledger, who have jumped into the XRPL ecosystem with every ounce of their skill and expertise, launching the first EVM sidechain, the Colombian Land Registry, XRPL Studio, and not least driving and delivering CBDC projects for Colombia and many other in the Spanish-speaking world. So Anthony Welfare here, just being very appreciative of his time at Ripple, and he is continuing to work there. So it doesn't sound like he's leaving, although this did sound like something that somebody would write if they were leaving the company. But congratulations to you, Anthony, and everything you do for the company. It's great to see that more developments are not only occurring but also being shared with the XRP community. Subjective views here, bringing this up, guys. We also know mBridge is going to be critical in moving money globally. They're a multi-central bank digital currency platform that allows for instant cross-border payments and foreign exchange transactions. We have a representative here in this clip explaining some of the ins and outs of mBridge and how this is continuing to develop. I'm going to skip over the first part of the clip because it's basically just explaining how the old legacy system was created. And so, a lot of us already know a lot about that already. The SWIFT system, how it is basically an antiquated system. But here's what we are to expect, guys, in the future. Listen to this.
Now, those problems, of course, pre-existed the more recent set of problems. And those recent set of problems have gone to how this particular set of institutions has become weaponized. By weaponized, I mean that they have now become part of a process through which one particular party in particular, namely the United States, has been able to cause the operators of SWIFT to exclude the banks from certain countries or specific banks from being able to exchange messages with others. In other words, kick them out of the key information sharing arrangements that enable cross-border payments to work. mBridge begins to tackle all of these issues. So the way that mBridge does it is that it does it with a distributed ledger or a blockchain. The blockchain architecture is established in two basic layers. The first layer is a layer in which the participating central banks operate nodes, their own computers, which maintain a copy of the ledger. And those nodes also have the authority to be part of the consensus mechanism, which is the way in which this shared ledger is updated. The second layer of this architecture is the layer of the participating commercial banks. Now, those commercial banks also have nodes, and those nodes have a copy of the same ledger. The difference is that the commercial banks don't have the authority to participate in the ledger updates directly. So only the participating central banks actually have the authority to participate in the consensus mechanism that finally settles what the updates are. This distributed infrastructure enables the contemporaneous updating of all accounts. So now we've solved the time problem, because instead of having to wait for messages to be moved from one party to the other and for updates to ledgers to be made, they are made at the same time. In being able to make them at the same time, we also reduce costs. And importantly, because it's a distributed ledger where all the participating central banks are members of the consensus mechanism, no single bank can censor or block or amend transactions. That's the basic design, if you will, and the operations of mBridge to date.
So essentially enabling a level playing field. He says here, it is a digital bridge connecting different countries' financial systems, making international money transfers as easy as sending an email. With my tinfoil hat on, I could imagine a scenario where the US and other powers deliberately weaponize SWIFT to force change by ushering in Project mBridge and distributed ledger technologies that allow for greater transparency in the global financial system. But I mean, it sounds as though this platform was, it was going to come in whether there was strife or not. The technology exists. I think at a point, cryptocurrency was becoming so influential. Digital assets were becoming all the rage, especially back in, 2017, I think, was the tip-off point for governments to start realizing, okay, too many people are getting rich off this thing. There is an underlying technology that, that can be used in the back end. Don't forget, Ripple has been continuously forging partnerships for several years now. So, the technology was always going to be going to replace SWIFT at a point. It's just a matter of now politically, how do we How do we implement this? What countries are going to benefit, and how is it going to change the landscape of finance? Of course, stablecoins are going to play a large role in that too, which I will be getting to. I wanted to just show you guys some stats here. Smoke here bringing this up. Fidelity just brought us some highlights, some statistics. 58% of institutional investors responded that they were interested in investing in digital assets globally. So not just in the United States, but globally. 66% of those who express interest in multi-digital asset products or single and multi-digital asset products would want an institutional multi-digital asset investment portfolio to actively be managed. So that's 2/3 of institutional investors. Most investors are split on whether environmental concerns affect their decision to invest in digital assets, with 48% citing no impact and 40% saying less likely to invest. Investors revealed security and safety, ease of use, and regulatory status as the most important characteristics when choosing a digital asset custodian. So, this is why Ripple got into the custody game, because custody, these guys are not going to be holding their digital assets themselves. They do need a robust structure for crypto custody. Almost 4 in 10 investors indicated they participate in DeFi, with the highest levels of participation in Europe, and that's at 50%. Almost 6 in 10 institutions expressed a willingness to invest in tokenized versions of real-world assets, so that's the majority, 60%, in NFTs, for example. So that number has gone up significantly from a few years ago. Half of institutional investors surveyed are now familiar with Bitcoin mining, up from last year, and driven by increases in Europe and the US. And 42% of institutional investors surveyed find the implementation of a central bank digital currency, or a CBDC, appealing, up 2 points from last year, driven by interest expressed from European respondents. CBDCs continue to have the highest appeal among Asian and European investors. So the CBDC guys, the stablecoin, pretty much one in the same. Crypto Eddie even mentioning former Ripple board member and co-president of Morgan Stanley, Zoe Cruz, talked about stablecoins and how they are going to be explosive. Listen to this.
This country, I'm a Greek immigrant. There's nothing more innovative than this country, So for me, the stablecoin explosion, positive explosion, is a very, very big deal, a very positive deal. But do you know why I know you know, to the audience, why the Americans are allowing this to happen? Basically, because it can make dollars available all over the world, because the world trade still is done in dollars.
So even though a de-dollarization effort is going on between the BRICS countries, we still have to remember the most denominated currency for trading is still US dollars. So, if the US can get, I think more broadly, and the West, I guess, because, using US dollars for Western nations, G7 nations, that is not a problem because they have their own agenda. It's really the BRICS nations that are opposed to it. If they can get their foot out the door, their horse out of the gate first when it comes to stable coins, then you'll see a lot of these denominated stable coins in dollars, and the dollar will still likely be used in a large capacity. I'm sure dominance will go down, but it'll still be used. And I think this is why, too, we are seeing Ripple create their RLUSD, or the real USD. Zoe Cruz, guys, remember, a former board member, co-president of Morgan Stanley, understands the importance of US-backed stablecoins and what's going to be coupled with Ripple's stablecoin, guys, XRP, in order to perform these transactions. Stablecoins are the preferred gateway for cryptocurrencies. This one coming from Matthew Lany. This is coming from a document courtesy of DL Research. Check this out. We are keen to understand vulnerabilities within the crypto asset system. For example, the complexities of unbacked crypto assets, stablecoins and DeFi, and transmission channels through which shocks in crypto asset markets could spill over to a wider financial system. Yes, this is the beginnings of it, okay? Stablecoins are going to expedite that, I think. MiCA creates a holistic regime for issuance of crypto assets, including bespoke regimes for the so-called stablecoins in the form of asset reference tokens and electronic money tokens and crypto asset services. So also mentioning the importance of stablecoins there. Of course, the MiCA regulations does support stablecoins specifically. Another one here from Matthew. According to DLT Research, though, guys, XRP is the third most traded cryptocurrency in Europe. So is it any surprise, and this is from the same organization here, DL Research, that XRP, third largest traded alongside Bitcoin, and Ethereum. XRP being traded at a rate of 8.7 billion euros. So that is big. I think Bitcoin and Ethereum being traded, pretty much for spec purposes. XRP being traded twofold for spec purposes, but also because these countries already realize the infrastructure is being put in place, and XRP is going to be that valuable cryptocurrency in the future. Otherwise, don't you think they'd be trading something more along the lines of BNB Coin or Solana, considering they are the number 3 and 4 cryptocurrencies on CoinMarketCap respectively? Things that make you go, there's reasons behind this, okay? XRP, third traded, because we have these stablecoin regulations, because the RLUSD is also coming into play, we are going to see more XRP utility moving forward. On top of that, guys, in the United States, this is what ex-CFTC chair Chris Giancarlo said. Okay, and he was speaking to a room full of central bankers, financial institutions, large organizations, fintechs, hedge funds, and asset managers. This is what he said.
Here's the point. Whether or not one country deploys central bank digital currency, or many do, the fact of the matter is all of us and our fellow men and women are going to be dealing with crypto, CBDC, and stable coins for years to come.
And the proof is in the pudding. We're already seeing it rolling out. There is no stopping this train, guys, as Rosie Rios says. The train has left the station. So for those of you guys thinking, XRP is going to stay at these prices forever, you are sadly mistaken. I wanted to just read you this from 24 Hours Crypto. People think I'm over here speaking out of my butt when it comes to XRP hitting $100 per coin. Little do they know, I had worked within the financial sector for 10 years. And no, not as a bank teller. I got through operations. That's where you see the backbone. I remember when we transitioned from paper to digital, I thought it was going to be simple, but it wasn't. I'm just going to leave it at that. Double digits, triple digit XRP is happening. The ones that disagree just don't understand the technology or the purpose of XRP. Just look at new interfaces that the banks will be getting with Ripple's new dashboard. Currently, pulling wire reports at the bank looks like it's from the 1980s. So much is going to change, guys. So much is right here in our faces, too. Chris Giancarlo, former CFTC chair, is also telling this to a room full of bankers. They better get ready because XRP is going to move, even if it's not all the money, a large portion of it. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.